A very good morning to everybody who is listening to this and is seeing this. My name is Julia. I'm a German member of the Women Day community here in the San Francisco Bay Area. In these weeks of Easter, in the midst of the global pandemic, I would like to continue to think with you about an alphabet of healing. And today we will be looking at the letter B for behold. Actually, it's not whatever kind of word. It was used over 1,200 times in the first English translation of the Bible in 1611. Perhaps it sounds antiquated, but it is used in a variety of circumstances in the biblical text. Just but a few examples. Behold, I'm making everything new. Or in the creation story, behold, it was very good. Or Mary says, behold, I'm the handmaid of the Lord. Or Jesus says, behold, I'm with you. Now languages change, and if behold is not part of your daily usage, it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to turn back linguistic developments over the centuries. In a teen Bible, actually, behold is translated with, hey, listen up, Paul, and look, buddy. Perhaps it wouldn't be quite my way to translate it, but it is possible. However, we want to see it even in the Revised King James Version. Now it is not even used 500 times anymore. So we generally don't use behold when we communicate. Imagine, behold, I brought some bread today. Or behold, I bought a carton of milk. Because generally, such a trivial context doesn't lend itself to the term behold. Well, until such a trivial action is not trivial anymore. Until we are in a global pandemic. Any such trivial action as bringing bread home and buying a carton of milk become an action we can begin with, behold. An alphabet of healing that wants to have the letter B seen as in behold is more important in the context of this pandemic than we perhaps think in the first view of things. Going out for a walk, finding rice and eggs to buy, waving at a friend from afar, listening that your family's okay, seeing your kids smile. Behold, yes, behold, no trivial action is too small. My sister with 3 young kids was so relieved when those kids started to smile again after the lockdown started. And the shock it meant for them not having, preschool and elementary school and the child care they were going to and the friends, they were so in shock. It really was important for her to see them smile again. That is one of the aspects that drew me to this word in these weeks of global uprooting and dislocation. Behold, there is no trivial action. Behold, as the inexplicable value of the very moment something is said or done. Behold, I brought a paycheck home today. No trivial action. May that be part of the alphabet of healing. To behold the trivial things in our life as special. As things that hold an inexplicable value. Who would have thought that hugging a friend would be something deeply to behold? How might that lead us to understand that actually nothing in our life is trivial, but that all of who we are and all that we do is pregnant with meaning, as Tyler de Chardin would call it, or as Aram Joshua Heschel said, we will never grasp the transcendence in our life, but we will be present to it. We are unique in this respect under the beings of this world. We breathe and communicate as all of the natural world surrounding us, trees and flowers, bees and canines, but we are the only ones that hold a potentiality in ourselves unknown to ourselves. The tree is a tree in the seed by which it is planted, but the human beings needs to discover what lies in the seed to be able to grow into the creation, which that very person uniquely is. I'm wondering how we can behold that uniqueness, that very much becoming who we are in the seed. Are we trying to cope with our life and compartmentalizing it in important and unimportant moments, organizing ourselves in the areas of intentional actions and others of simple maintenance? However, isn't it true for everyone who has experienced a grave illness, has lost a loved one, or has conscientiously lived in this pandemic, that those compartmentalizations don't hold? That the simple maintenance task is eating, sleeping, washing, perhaps cooking, making someone smile, take all of our energies, generally reserved for well thought through intentional actions. The basics we are thrown back onto offer us something in return. At least I believe so. Something worth noting for our journey of healing, so needed in this world. They offer us to behold. There is no little thing, nothing too trivial for us looking down to. That what seems a waste of time is worth all of our intentional potentiality as human beings. So simple, so clear, so obvious. But behold, is it? As a good friend of mine shared with me sometimes, the people here where I live, well, I live with people for whom it takes 24 hours a day, every day, to simply survive. To fetch water, to cook, to wash, to eat, to sleep. Behold, that's not trivial. It's special. Perhaps one of the most dangerous aspects that privilege takes from us is to behold the trivial and ordinary. The standing in line, the waiting, the claiming our rights for shortcuts, and the slowness of it all around us. And perhaps one of the most dangerous aspects that pride takes from us is never wanting to stand in line again, wasting time and being bound to slowness. And please understand me correctly, with all our important need for justice creating equal processes for all, so no one is left behind, there is still a call. Behold. Out of justice we need to ask for change. The no pride, but wonder is going to lead us into that change. And out of resisting privilege we need to ask for change. Though no guilt, but awe is going to lead us into that change. Behold. It's breath holding. You are invited to the awe of the biblical languages. The translators of the 16th and 17th century tried to translate the Hebrew word hine and the Greek corresponding word idu. It has something to do with seeing, looking, in the form of paying attention. Perhaps even more so with what I was trying to explain this morning. Holding our breath for a moment. Behold, a child is given to you. It is like a little break in the flow of a lively narrative in the biblical text, like in our lives, a little breath holder. Behold, stop for 1 nanosecond. Stop and behold. Perhaps behold could become our term for breath holding, be holding. Every time something doesn't seem important enough and too trivial, behold, it is part of healing our humanity and discovering our potentiality. Beholding what seems to fall off the cliff of our attention regularly because it doesn't seem to hold importance enough. Perhaps be breath holding it, we could continue our journey of healing. A friend who works with homeless once shared with me, no, it's not that you have no money to give them that hurts, but that they are so trivial and small that you don't look at them, beholding them, breath holdingly gazing. This week we are still following the Emmaus disciples, a passage by the Gospel of Luke in the chapter 24 that is full of moments of behold. Even though their eyes are closed, the story is full of be breath holding moments. Perhaps today we would like to ask Christ to encounter him, walking the trivial walks of our life on the very cracked surface of our journeys, doing our cooking, groceries, washing or working, but telling Christ, please remain with me. It wants to turn dark and I need you with me. Behold, it is you at our table.